With their back up against the wall and their sales in free fall, Infiniti has allowed dealers to do something unthinkable. We're over at Automotive News. Canadian Infiniti stores can join with Nissan. We're going to get into this in depth today. We're also going to go over US sales, but smash a like button for Infiniti. Maybe if we get enough likes, that'll help their sales out in some other alternative universe. But man, it is going to be kind of depressing news today. So let's get into it. Faced with slumping sales, Infiniti is allowing its Canadian dealers to save money and consolidate into their Nissan stores. But it's not as simple as that. It may seem like it's a way to save money, but it really isn't. And it's actually an investment for them to bring the vehicles back or to a Nissan dealer inside of the dealer network. So if we look at sales last year in Canada, less than 6,000 units, and they peaked at over double that in 2018. So in just 2 years, you're telling me the sales go down to 50%? That is quite alarming, and red flags should be going up for not only these dealers, but for Infiniti and Nissan themselves. Infiniti is reversing course, telling the 37 retailers that they may abandon their flashy stores. They're not like Genesis, where they have their stores inside of Hyundai dealerships. Well, they will be now going forward, at least some of them, but they have beautiful standalone stores. My dealer network back in Omaha, when I sold for the dealerships there, the Infiniti store was a little bit small, but the showroom was gorgeous. The facilities were amazing. And we had sales managers leaving there, coming to the Lexus dealership because the volume isn't there. It's just really, really scary to see. The intent is to help them lower overhead, combining Infiniti and Nissan service departments and back office operations to achieve better economies of scale. And that sounds all in good, but there's a huge caveat to that. Some dealers are not entirely happy with the reversal and thinking, pointing out that consolidating stores would put them on the hook for new investment to retrofit their Nissan stores. So you could see it as a reduction in overhead, but there's a huge investment to turn the Nissan stores around to make them Infiniti compliant. Infiniti was telling us that we have all this product coming. It was going to be a booming franchise, said Rick O'Neill, president of Neil Auto Group, which operates an Infiniti store in Newfoundland. Now they're saying we're not sure the throughput's going to be what it needs to be. So Nissan's like, yeah, build these Infiniti stores. We have amazing products on the way, which we're going to talk about the cancellation of some products today from Infiniti and some cancellation of vehicles that they promised to these dealers that were coming. And now they're like, well, yeah, we don't know what to tell you. The more I hear about Infiniti, the more sad I get, because I just don't know if there's any sort of chance of Infiniti surviving in the next 5 years. O'Neill said he is losing 350,000 Canadian dollars or $278,000 per year on his Infiniti store. Now they want him to spend even more money on my Nissan billing to bring Infiniti in. Retrofitting his Nissan store to accommodate the Infiniti operation would cost $6 million Canadian to $7 million, which is about 5 to almost 6 million US dollars. It's too much money, and he's still stuck with the Infiniti building, right? He spent millions of dollars building this beautiful Infiniti facility. Nissan's like, well, if you want to reduce the amount of employees, you can just bring them all into the Nissan dealership. However, you have to spend $6-7 million to retrofit it to allow that, while the Infiniti building is across town, and you have to spend money on taxes, all the overhead of an empty building just sitting there. It is unreal. To ensure brand differentiation in a combined store, Infiniti requires dealers to have separate customer entrance and in most cases a dedicated service lane. That's how Genesis has been running. Now, I've been saying, well, Genesis needs to have their own dealerships. Well, Infiniti's own dealerships didn't help out, or at least it didn't in Canada, and who knows when or if Nissan's going to have this sort of announcement for the American dealers. It would never be a showroom within a showroom. You will have dedicated Infiniti salespeople, dedicated Infiniti service people, so the customer has a premium experience. But if the facilities are still a Nissan, it's not, I promise you, it's still not a premium experience. It's watered down. And new decoration, new titles, everything has to be changed, which costs more money. In the Canadian market, Infiniti has slid to less than 3%. which is down about 6% from 2014. Now, Rick O'Neill, again from O'Neill Auto Group in Canada, you can't make a franchise on one model. There is nothing else on the horizon for 2 years out. Now, we have the QX60 coming out, which is being propped up by celebrities and Kate Hudson. But other than the QX60, which is their best-selling, well, was their best-selling model before they couldn't produce any of them this year. Sad, sad, sad time for the Infiniti dealers, and I feel for them. I can't imagine not having good product to sell, to stand behind and sell. You know, it was a little bit tough at the end when I was at Lexus to not have new product, but Lexus is slowly getting that product cadence up to match what it is on the Toyota end. Infiniti's nowhere near where it needs to be a viable luxury brand of Nissan. Now, if we go to the sales here in America for Infiniti, and it's not any better here. Yes, they sell way more, but it's a bigger market. But look, they peaked in 17. 2018 was a pretty good year as well, their second best year ever. And we go from about 150,000 units down to 80,000 units in 2020. Here in 2021, I don't know if it's going to be any better. It could be worse. And if we go over to the QX60 sales, which is their best-selling vehicle traditionally, well, since this thing is so long in the tooth, and they haven't had any models out there. Actually, they've had no volume because the last 6-7 months, they've sold out of them as they switched over the plant to produce the new QX60. And they've even taken chips because of the chip shortage. They've taken chips from their second best-selling vehicle, the QX50, in order to produce enough supply when the QX60 launches. So they're just like cannibalizing their own sales due to the lack of supply and the lack of product really out there on the market. So in Q2 of 2021, the QX60 sold less than 1,000 units, and Q3 should be worse because no dealerships had any cars. They just have ran out of stock. So they've sold less than 1,000 units. They're used to selling well over 3,000 units per quarter. And if we look back at 2018 when the QX60 hit its stride, that's over 10,000 units per quarter. So they've gone to about 1/10 of the volume or less for the past few quarters for the best selling vehicle. And that's a recipe for complete failure and disaster. And my heart goes out to the Infiniti employees as well as the Infiniti dealerships that have been lied to. Well, not necessarily lied to, but empty promises. And if we go to this page, I've had it up for a couple weeks. I was looking for the right time to add this into a video. We're over at Green Car Reports. Infiniti envisioned its near future around series hybrids, and they called it ePower. Remember, I made a video, well, maybe you didn't, but I made a video on ePower, which would be Infiniti's ePower, which is a series hybrid a while back. I even made a spreadsheet on it, but they're now saying they're cut from the lineup. And they made these gorgeous concept vehicles that will never see the light of day because these were all built around the series hybrid idea. And it is just heartbreaking. And they're really good looking concepts. And we're not going to ever see them, I don't think, even if they come out with a full electric. And first reported by Automotive News, this future for the brand, meaning the series hybrids, won't arrive as heralded as the brand told dealers it is holding off on bringing the technology to the United States. The series hybrid system allegedly couldn't be delivered to the United States for the right price and perhaps the right miles per gallon ratings. After careful consideration, we will prioritize fully electric vehicles as our initial electrified offering in the Americas, along with the advanced internal combustion powered vehicles of the future. So to me, what Nissan should have done was rebrand the Aria as an Infiniti here in the United States. And I've brought up on the channel so many times that the GTR should have been rebranded as an Infiniti here in the United States as well. There's no excuse for Acura and Lexus to have once, well, Lexus had the LFA, right? They didn't bring it as a Toyota. They brought it as a Lexus. Infiniti, or I should say Acura, and Honda, they brought the NSX to the States as an Acura, the most premium brand Honda has here in the United States. Okay. And Nissan didn't do that to the GTR. I know it would be a little bit of a heresy, the Nissan GTR, right? That's like peanut butter and jelly. but we're talking about a car that costs $100,000 or more. Put it under your marquee brand as the luxury vehicle, right? That would make sense to me. And Aria, okay, well, it's going to be expensive, and Infiniti has nothing to hang their hat on right now. Well, they have the new QX60, but that's about 2 or 3 years late at this point. And is it going to be good enough? There's not even a hybrid version of it, so it's really hard to say what's going to happen to Infiniti here. It is heartbreaking. The only thing that is good news about Infiniti right now is on the Nissan end, and Nissan reported strong April through June sales results for the fiscal year of 2021. They posted a big profit for the first time in years, and compared to last year's quarter one, it's up 834%. They're over $500 million in the black, which that's exactly what Nissan needs to get out of this slump that they've been in. And it is good to see, but is that going to filter over into Infiniti? Absolutely not. There's no reason to believe that this success on the Nissan end, even though Nissan's profitable as a whole right now, hopefully they can keep it up. It looks like they're going to be over $1 billion in the black by the end of this fiscal year. Even Mitsubishi is surging ahead with new products. We got a new plug-in hybrid, and Mitsubishi, of course, owned by Nissan largely. They have a new Outlander plug-in hybrid coming by the end of 2022 here in the United States. Better battery capacity, more electric power as well. And Mitsubishi was even in the black recently. So little Infiniti. Again, I keep making videos. I made a video when I was still in Omaha on what Infiniti needs to do to have a snowball's chance. And it's none of that's going to happen except the QX60 coming out. And man, my heart goes out to the Infiniti dealers, Infiniti workers out there, especially in Canada. I mean, everything's in question for Infiniti right now, other than the QX60 coming out maybe late September, August sometime. I would love for Infiniti to invite me out to be able to test the QX60. It looks really, really good from what we've seen so far, and we have the pricing of it now. I just want to really, really test it for you guys, put it through its paces, throw my kids in it as well. That would be really cool to see how well it would accommodate families, which it should do pretty well because it's based off the Nissan Pathfinder. But guys, I'm going to end it there. Make sure to smash the like button for Infiniti. They were once great for a while. They had some really good products, but they're a shadow of their former selves right now. And yeah, make sure to subscribe for more updates because we're going to keep hearing things on Infiniti, whether it's good or bad. I have a feeling we're not going to hear that much good stuff, sadly. All right, hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully Nissan Infiniti can give me some hope, but right now hope is fading on a string. But guys, I'll end it there. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.